Well, I got more problems. Thursday or Friday morning, I got home and I got out of the vehicle and I smelt a faint smell of antifreeze, so I checked underneath the hood to see what was going on. And I couldn't find anything underneath the hood, so I looked on the ground and there was just green dripping. And the next day, I looked at it again when it was daylight out, and I ran it for about a minute. I shut the vehicle off, looked on the ground, and looked underneath the vehicle. There was a antifreeze just dripping from the center of the harmonic balancer, and that gave me one clue of what was wrong. I mean, what's obvious if it's leaking in the middle is the water pump, and of course the weep hole is right in the center. And yeah, it was leaking, so I had to change the water pump, and I did that yesterday. I mean, it was an easy job. Shit. It was an easy job. The biggest clusterfuck was this heater bypass hose. Getting it off was quite the clusterfuck. It has these spring clamps on it, like this, and to work those suckers off on old hoses, it was just a royal pain in the ass. So, yeah, I'll show you. And you see the nice blue gasket. I changed the thermostat since everything was apart. And yeah, there's that heater bypass hose where the Napa sticker is. It connects from the intake manifold. Oh, crap. I gotta. Oh, shit. Got it. Yeah, it connects from the intake manifold, and then there's a clamp like right there it connects to. And I had to remove this whole bracket where the compressor sits on and where the alternator sits on. But other than that, it wasn't that bad of a job. And since I'm at it, I'm going to buy a new radiator on eBay. The radiator doesn't leak, but as far as the condition, it's pretty shot. I mean, you could play music on this thing. Check it out. I mean, I've seen radiators worse than this, but this is the worst I ever had on one of my vehicles. Usually the tanks would leak. But yeah, the elements are kind of bad in it. Yeah, there's the elements, and then they're like hardly ever, that's like the hardliest, there's hardly any there. And you just play it like that. Yeah, so I found a radiator on eBay. I just gotta order it. So since it's all apart, I figured, what the hell, I'll replace that. Yeah, and yeah, that was my goal for today, is to get everything done. I've been working on it since Saturday. Saturday I took it apart and put the water pump on. Saturday I took it apart. Sunday I put the water pump on. I had to scrape all the old gasket material. I had to take a heat gun with a scraper and just scrape the shit off, and then use a wire wheel at the end after everything was cleaned up. But besides that heater bypass hose, that one from the water pump to the intake, this thing, I mean, it was a piece of cake. It's kind of hard. It's kind of a pain in the ass to take everything apart. And looking at Dodge Dakota forums, there's the fan which screws onto the shaft here. I heard stories that it was going to be hard to take off, but I had no problems taking it off. So yeah. Hopefully I'll get my new radiator in a week, and I'll throw it on, and it'll be good to go. And yeah, I figured since I got that water pump apart, I'll just replace everything, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Hopefully, and I'll replace the hoses, the top and bottom ones. Yeah. besides that. And that concludes this video. And goodbye, everybody. Bye.